Good evening and salutations, my YNR fans. It's always interesting when I have the time to sit there and watch this show because I can see the potential in this show. When it's good, it's really good. My issue comes in, and I've said this all the time. I've said this in my lives. I said this um, in my videos, YNR videos. Is that you have certain characters, you have certain actors they don't give enough to. Like Kyle and Summer in this episode was nothing more than a waste of space and oxygen. Okay? All they did was talk about their honeymoon and their blissfulness and everything like that. And it was like, does anyone even care? Does anyone even actually care about Kyle and Summer? I mean, you have them back and they're not doing anything. What? They're babysitting their mothers to make sure that they don't fire, if they step out of line and one of them's gonna get fired. And I'm just like, if you know there's gonna be a potential problem, why even hire them? Well, I mean, you already hired Diane, so why even hire Phyllis? To sit there and babysit them? Don't they got, I don't know, a number of other things to sit there and do? But again, they're just wasted. They're absolutely wasted. And it annoys me because when you sit there watching the show and they tune back to those two, it's just like, ugh. And I almost want to fast forward it. I really did. I almost want to fast forward past it. But I was like, you know what? Listen, as I'm reviewing it, I'm going to sit there and give the whole story, not just stuff that, you know, not just half of the story. But to be honest, they didn't do anything. I think Harrison came downstairs and he had a nightmare or a good dream or something. I don't know. I should tell you the truth. No one cares. No one really cares, to be honest. Um, you see Elena packing her bags, and they clearly can't get past this whole espionage thing. Which, to be honest, bro, why are you surprised that she can't get past the fact that you are going to screw over your family? You're going to screw over the other people in that company because you're that upset with Devon. And, when she said that I don't even recognize you anymore, that's a problem. Okay? Because she's known you for a long time and sit there and look in your eyes and be like, I don't recognize you isn't a good thing. You can clearly see that. I guess some people could sit there and say, he is joining the dark side, but whatever it is, he feels that doing this is more important than having a relationship with her. So he's just like, yeah, well, this isn't permanent, and it's best for us to, separate for now. And the minute he was like, this isn't permanent, I was like, I don't know about that. Like, don't say that, because the look in her eyes, um, I mean, this isn't something that they can just patch up in like 2 months and be like, oh, my bad, it didn't work out. Nope, I was wrong. Like, no. To be honest, this in a lot of ways this is permanent. I know that people make mistakes in relationships and you give each other chances and people grow and things of that nature. But this is one of those things where it's like you got to grow together or you grow apart. And when she said again, I don't recognize you. You grew into somebody that she doesn't even know. How do you want to sit there and spend the rest of your life or just together with somebody that is just a complete and total stranger? So she goes to the hotel. He starts drinking a little bit, and then for some odd reason, he decides to go, I don't know, society to get something to eat. Well, I guess I don't. It's not like they have room service or whatever. So he goes down there. He meets up with Victoria, and Victoria's like, hey, um, I know you're looking a little kind of blue and kind of down, but still on board, right? Yes, Victoria. He's still on board with espionage. Something that is highly, highly illegal. Yes, he is totally on board with your crooked, messed up plan. And of course, she was sitting there talking about, oh, what we do, we create jobs and, we provide people with money to live and eat and sleep and send their kids to college. And I'm like, my God, do you have a God complex or something? I mean, I get it. What they do isn't something you should sit there and shrug off, but I don't know. The way she said it was just like, one of the reasons why I just can't like you, you know? But I guess he feels he likes being with somebody that's not going to look over his shoulders, and that's not going to judge him, that's not going to sit there and try to correct him. Um, and again, it's not like Victoria is actually, it's not like Victoria's seeing anyone. I mean, yeah, she got problems with her son, which I wish I would have been there to see that, but now apparently their son was like, oh, I wish you would have never told me. I'm like, partly I'm just like, well, if they didn't tell you, then you would have been mad when you grew up. But now that they tell you, now you're mad that they told you. This is one of those things where it's like, do it, it's one of those things. It's like, you know what? I don't want to sit there and say I don't care, but I'm like, tell him later on in life, and he still would have been pissed off. So why does it matter now? I think that's why I'm just not really that invested into that part of the storyline. Um, I think Billy was in this episode. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I was watching today's episode, and I was watching a little bit of yesterday's episode, where Victoria's that they're talking to Billy about Connor or whatever his name is, and he's in his room all the time, and he's locked her out and shut her out, and I'm just like, again, I don't really care. I just don't. But I want to talk about Nick and Adam, because Adam keeps pressing Nick. Hey, are you sitting there sleeping with her? Are you sleeping with her? It's none of your business. Are you sleeping with her? This goes on for about to get 5 or 7 minutes. Okay, but in the end, he's like, "Yo, listen, I'm not giving in to you." And Adam. Here's the thing: I don't really know much about Adam, about Nick, and it's hard to sit there and really take sides. But when Adam was like, listen, there was 1,000 women in this town. You chose to go out with somebody that you know that I still have feelings for. I mean, hell, even if they broke up and they were on good terms, there's something that just seems kind of wrong about just going out with your brother's ex. I mean, I get it. It seems like it's some sort of family tradition as far as Adam goes out with someone and then Nick goes out with someone, and then Adam goes out with someone, and then Nick goes out with someone, or however that rotation goes. Um, so I get it, and to be honest, I guess I kind of look at it and like, y'all been doing this for a while. Why are either of y'all surprised about one brother going after somebody else's girlfriend or somebody else's ex girlfriend or wife? Like, this should just be, I don't know, par for the core. I mean, did Adam actually go out with Phyllis at some point, or was that just a no? I don't really know. They go back and forth. Victoria comes in, Adam leaves, and Victoria's just worried about the company, worried about the backlash that Adam's going to cause, that Victor's going to cause, because Victor still wants Sally gone, for revenge for Adam, because nothing spells petty like on Victor. But then there's Summer. There's a whole bunch of people. So that's what Victoria's worried about. And Nick is like, no, it's my life. I'm doing what I want. I can handle it. I'm good. See, Victoria kind of just squashes it, and that's pretty much about it. Now, Sally and Chloe. Sally tells Chloe that, yeah, me and Nick is a little more serious. Like, as far as relations is concerned. So, she lets him know about that. And, Sally, I mean, Chloe's just like, all right, well, which way should I handle this? Do you want me to be honest and tell you your advice, or do you want me to just sit there and listen? And also, the fact that she's still not over Adam, and Sally's like, I'll get over him. That's like the definition of somebody sitting there saying that I'll learn to love you. It shouldn't have to be a learning curve. You love this person or you don't. You're over this person and you're not. Now, I guess to be fair, some people do sit there and say, and I know this sounds kind of gross, but I'm going to say it anyway. The best way to sit there and get over someone is to get on top of someone else. I know that sounds pretty crude, but I mean, you take out the I was sit there and say this without getting this video demonetized. You take out the relations part, and it still applies. The best way to get over someone is to get with someone else. You know, but Chloe's like, hey, just be careful because if thing goes sideways. I mean, on top of the fact that he is your boss, which I don't. By the way, I don't really like when somebody says, "Oh, they're my boss." It just, I don't like that. But for the company's sake, for their job, it's like, yo, just be careful because you're playing with fire, and it's not just Chloe, it's not just Sally's line that's on that. I mean, Sally's job that's on the line. It's Chloe as well. And to be honest, I feel like Chloe should probably be a little more. I don't want to sit there and say mad, but just be like, "What are you doing? You gonna mess this up for me? Like, what's the matter with you? Like something bad happens, things go sideways. I'm going as well. You know. Now Adam does come in there, and Adam. Let's just put it this way: it's a bad look. He's literally sitting there begging Sal. Just tell me the truth. Are you sleeping with my brother? Yes, and it's none of your damn business. And just eviscerated him. Okay, and it was one of those things where even Chloe's like, "You asked for that," and I'm like, as happy as Chloe was, rubbing in his face, and I was just like, "Yo, what is wrong with this chick?" But then I was like, you know what? I don't know the history together, and I don't know if it's actually justifiable as far as Chloe just rubbing salt in the wound. But to be honest, he did ask for that. You're gonna sit there and literally start barraging this woman when she's trying to leave. It's like, no, 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 no. I just want to sit there and talk. I want to talk. Tell me what's going on. Like, bro, who are you? Like, she told you to leave her alone. She told you to step off, and you're just in her face. Now, granted, she was doing the same thing too, so I'm not sitting there giving her any, I'm not giving her any slack. I'm like, bro, listen, you might have did it for noble reasons as far as breaking her heart and everything like that, but here's the thing: everyone makes choices. You have to deal with these choices regardless if you don't like them or not, because that's just the reality that you live in. And that's something that Adam seems like he's just having a hard time processing. Like, bro, let it go. So she leaves, and Chloe rubs it in his face, and he just kind of sits there or stands there looking all bummed out and sad and everything like that. I'm like, bro, I want to feel bad for you, but you know what? I really don't want to feel bad for you. You deserve that, to be honest. That's how I'm looking at that whole thing. I feel like that's about it. I really do. I can't really think of anything else. So, I don't know. I wish this show was better than what it was. I mean, I'm not sitting there saying it's a bad show, but when you have people that's not utilized, like you have Kyle, you have Summer, you have Sharon. I mean, Abby might be utilized. Like she might be someone important when it's concerning Chase or Chance. Chance. I know there's Chase, there's Chance. Chance. Like some of these characters just don't really do much of anything. They're just kind of there. And I did mention Sharon, and of course you got who can forget Allie and Nick? I mean, Allie and Noah. Like another useful group of people that don't really do anything. They don't really. It's like they have their own separate show. Like Tess and Mariah. Remember that one episode when it was doing that whole clothes montage thing, and I was like, what are we doing? Like, is this going somewhere? This is just silly fun. Like, their story had no meaning whatsoever. This is like before the wedding when it was getting ready and talking about it, and they were gonna do it on Friday the 13th because they were rebels, and I'm just like, I can't think of one person that actually enjoyed their story. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure Mariah back in the day, I heard that she had great storylines. I feel like everyone has great storylines, but they need to do something. You know, again, me, DC, Brock, DC. When we had our collab, DC was sitting talking about how Y&R is like number one in the ratings, so they don't really have to try that hard. But I'm just wondering, is that still true? Like, is Y&R still number one in the ratings? Shame, 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 shame. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. I'll see you next video.